will be the screen that you go to, which is all of your correspondence with your client or whatever you're creating for your client will be inside of this trip. So to get back to where I was, which is my itinerary, anything you create for your client will be under the tabs where it says files. So I'm gonna click back on files. This is my itinerary. So for this trip, we're gonna be doing a cruise with Virgin. I'm gonna just go ahead and just click a date. Let's say for 2027. Let's say May. Now, guys, bear with me because I am having some issues with my computer and it might cut off on us. So let's just pray about it. But let's go ahead and do this trip right here. So we have the Hollywood Sunsets and Mexican Horizon, and this is with the Brilliant Lady. The dates is April 25th through May 2nd. So what we're going to do is come back to Travel Joy and we're going to click add item. Now there's a lot of stuff up here, but I'm going to get to that in a second if we have time. But because we're doing a cruise, when you click add item, there's a little icon that says cruise. The great thing about Travel Joy is that when I go here where it says search cruises, you can actually search the cruise information and it will populate all the information about that cruise. So this was, what was this? The Brilliant Lady, April 25th through May 2nd. So I'm going to type in Virgin. It's going to ask the ship name. We're going to go with Brilliant Lady. And then it's going to ask you for your date. This was 2027, May. Was it May? Oh, April 25th. April 25th. Okay, so you can see that it already pulled up this trip. It has all of the information, the dining, activities, entertainment, health and fitness. Virgin is adults only, and that's why this kid and teens is not selected. It also gives you the daily schedule. Now, right here in accommodations, when you're searching for your cruise, you can search for a specific room. So you might not want to add this massive suite. If you're doing an itinerary and you're quoting your client for a specific room, like let's see, normally the Sea Terrace room or the Central Sea Terrace is what I go with, which is the midship with the balcony. So whatever room you want, you will just find it in this drop down and you can select it and it will pull up some pictures and information about that room. But I'm gonna just go with this one room and then I'm gonna click add to itinerary. So now what you can see is that it's populating all of the information about this trip without me having to put it in there line by line myself. That is the beautiful thing when it comes to cruises, itineraries. It just makes it very easy to do this. So it has the information on the room, the activities, entertainment. It also has the daily schedule. And we can go ahead and preview this. Already has everything laid out for you. Now, what I would do is, of course, we want to have an itinerary title. So I typically use chat. Everybody uses chat on here.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. I use chat. I have the pro version with chat. Not only do I have the pro version, let me let you guys know something. If you use your chat has something called personalization. And I do believe this is with the free account as well. If you've been noticing that your chat is giving you very, very like generic type of feedback or, emails or anything like that, you can actually come into personalization and you can give chat custom instructions. So I have custom instructions for chat to where our conversations are real conversations. I mean, if anybody wants to use what I use, let me know and I'll drop it in our chat. But
Drop it.
okay. Because this is going to change the way chat responds to you for sure. So just be prepared. It's going to really have conversation with you. It's going to go back and forth with you. It's going to challenge you on what you want and things like that. You can look at what I put in here and you can switch it up, maybe pull some stuff out, change the wording and whatnot, so that you can have something a little different. But that right there really changed up my chat with putting this. But so what I'm gonna do is here, and I'm gonna say, and my chat name is Nova, by the way.
That's what I was about to ask. What's everybody's chat name? Put y'all chat name in the chat box.
Yeah, her name is Nova, and it's because I asked her what she wanted to be called, and she said Nova. So I'm gonna say, hey Nova, I'm creating an itinerary for a cruise with Virgin, April 25th through May, what was it? May 2nd. I'll copy this. May 2nd. And that was 2027. And then I'll just say, create me a description for this cruise. Now, this is giving too long for me. I'm going to say shorten this up. Okay, so if you like the longer version, you can. I'm not gonna read through it because we just for time purposes. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this for the headline. So we have our title, and then I'm going to copy this description. And paste this here. So now I have a title, I have a description. You know, if I had the time, I would really go through it and make sure it was good to go. But this is just the premise of what you need to do for this. Okay. And then when it comes down to adding your pricing, now, if you are pricing multiple rooms, then you would add multiple rooms here and put the pricing down here. Let's just say for the sake of this video that I'm just pricing this one room. Like, let's say you're doing a cruise with Virgin and you've created a circle. Normally in the circle, Virgin gives you a discount with one particular room, which is this Sea Terrace room. It's like a 10% off. So I would normally just be promoting one room. And if anybody wants to book something else, they can book a different room. But because I only have one room here, I know what the price is going to be for this room. So I'm going to go back to settings and I'm going to just put the price in here so we can really just go off of what Virgin is saying. This is for 2 people. So this will be the Sea Terrace room. And I have I've set up my account with Virgin, so you can see my name is up here for anybody that was wondering that. So if you share your Virgin link, people can actually go in here and book their own trip, and they don't actually have to book it through you. They can book it through your link, book their own trip, and all of your commission will go to you. So, you know, that's one reason why I like Virgin. But down here, so we have the Sea Terrace. I'm gonna just pick this one, the Central Sea Terrace. And this number is per cabin. We can just select the base. I'm just trying to get a total. We can add on some protection. Add on the gratuities. Okay, so the grand total for this will be $3,444. And let's see, due today, this would be due today. So I'm gonna copy this. So the price, you enter the price, you enter the deposit. Now down here is going to ask you, how do you want to set this up? Do you want the payments turned off? Meaning maybe you're sending this as a proposal to your client and you just want them to either approve the proposal or not approve the proposal. If they approve it and your payments are turned off, you'll just get a notification from TravelJoy that says that your payments are or that the proposal is approved, and then you will be able to go and physically create them an invoice. If you don't want to do that step, you can just click supplier. Now, wow, it's not letting me click
Yeah,
supplier.
that I had trouble with that today, and I'm glad you're there, so it happened to
Oh,
you.
okay. This is because this is just an itinerary. So you
Yeah,
see
I
right
was
here, it
about to
says
say that.
convert to proposal.
Can
Yes.
you guys can do it in itineraries. You can do the cost and proposals. So
Yeah.
if you ever find yourself in that, I'm glad that TravelJoy got that feature now. First it didn't have it, so now it has the little icon there, so it'll help you out.
Yes, yes. This is new. This is new. Because normally when you send a proposal and someone approves it, it actually converts that proposal over to an itinerary. So, you know, they've been making a lot of updates though. So let's go back. So I'm going to accept supplier payments so that we are in compliance. Okay. Once you do this, you want to scroll down. It's going to ask you for your terms and conditions. If you have your own terms and conditions, you can go ahead and select that. And then your final payment date. So if I go back on here, it tells me that the remainder is due December 26th of 2026. So I'm going to put that in here. Okay, so all of this is set. Now, when it comes to adding other things to your itinerary, if you want to add other sections, like I typically add, now I have a library. Let me tell you something about the library. If you are adding the same type of sections all of the time, you can create a section and you can save it to what is called the library. And once you save it, it comes up like this. So you have these little sections that you don't have to keep redoing every time. So on mine, I'm always going to put, let's scroll down, my payments and cancellation information, and that's going to populate right at the bottom of the page. If you have any FAQs that you want to add about this trip, you can do that, and you can move these sections around. And because I've put these sections together and saved it in my library, you saw when I moved the top around, it moved the whole section. Okay. And you would just go in here and change up that information just depending on what your trip is. So I will go in here and change up some information so that it will be relatable to this trip specifically. And you can go on Virgin to get some of this information for FAQs. You can also use chat to put together some FAQs for you. Your payments and cancellations information might change just depending on whatever supplier you're using and whatever their terms is. So you want to pay attention to that as well. And then you also might want to add things such as your voyage protection information, because I did add that. So I would get that information from Virgin to see what that entails, and then I would add that as well so that they know that they have some type of travel insurance. So, and you could just move all of this around as you see fit. And also you could change this picture. So basically, to change your picture, you can go down here and choose a cover photo. I'm going to actually change the picture in this section because then I can pull a picture from TravelJoy. So if I go here and I click edit trip, I can click choose a photo. And let me see. Do they got a photo for me? No. Okay. See if I say Virgin. Oh, here we go. I already have a boat, a Virgin. Now, because we know the date, we also want to scroll down and put those dates here. That was 2027, April 25th to May 2nd, I believe. And we can put this, copy this again. And click save. Now that information has populated over here. And this is important because if you are sending out email correspondence and you are using the inserts that TravelJoy allows you to use, such as an insert might be trip date, an insert might be trip destination, those type of things. When you include inserts so that you can use emails that are templates and you never have to change them, the inserts automatically populate this information. So if I have an insert that says trip start date, it will automatically populate this date and I don't have to physically go in and create a new email or manipulate the email for any specific client. So that's why it's really important, if you know the dates and you know the information, it's important to just put that in on your trip level by just going to edit trip, put that information in. Okay. So now that we have that, we have a cover photo, we have the deposit, we have the total price, we have the information that we want to include. You can see some pictures are missing. If you want to put a picture in there, you can. You just click on it, scroll down, and add a picture. If you want to change any information that they have on here, you can do that as well by just clicking on it and going into the description or even going into the pictures. You can take some pictures out. TravelJoy just did another update to where now when you hover over a picture, it shows it to you big enough for you to see, because you used to have to click preview proposal for you to see the pictures. So they just did that recently, which is great. Okay. Are there any questions right now? Okay, I see no. Okay, perfect. So once you have all your information, you could go look back over everything, make sure everything is good to go. We have all of our settings good to go, our overview, we have our title, we have a trip description. All of this is good. The next thing you would do is go ahead and share your proposal with your client. So you would click share proposal, you would click send. Now I have my automation already set up inside of TravelJoy. which is why when I click send, I already have a template that I've created to send to my customers. So it already has your subject. You can see right here, it already populated the Hollywood Sunsets and Mexican Horizons, and it already populated the date, which is why I said it's important to put that in on the trip level. So it will populate that, because right here, it really says insert. I use an insert that says travel start date, and this would say travel end date. So it's really important to have that. I have my signature in here and everything that they need to know. And then I will go ahead and click send. Now, once this is sent, you can see all of the information. Your correspondence with your client will be under messages. Once your client opens it, it will tell you that it's open. Down here, it will say open, so you know. Another great thing about TravelJoy that they did is they updated this section over here. So now you can easily see the information for your client. They used to didn't have all of this over here, so that's great. If you need to add any notes, you can add notes to this. If they approve, then you would get a message and say that your proposal has been approved, and you will go to the next step. My next step, because I did make it a smart proposal, they will actually be able to go ahead and make the trip deposit right from viewing the proposal. They can go ahead and make their deposit. Once they make the deposit and comes back to me, then I will take it to the next step and go ahead and secure their booking. And once their booking is secured, then I will go back in here and send them some more information about their actual trip, any documents that they may need, any extra things. Now, another thing is, once your proposal is approved and they do go ahead and make the payment, it actually turns your smart proposal into an itinerary. So what I do is, after it go ahead and converts it over, there are extra things that I do add inside of the itinerary. Like I might add a packing list for them. So if you're doing a cruise, I have certain items that I promote from my Amazon store that I suggest that they have. I'll have more information about transportation, because sometimes when I book cruises, I do offer transportation, and that's something that you can book through your supplier as an add-on. So I might have information about transportation in there. So any extras, I will put that on once it becomes an itinerary. So now they have all of the information that they need to have. Any documentation, I would add that in there as well. Janae, are you speaking to us? Janae? Janae? I see her lips moving. I don't know if she's talking to us. Does anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
I do. So you saying once the trip gets approved, the proposal gets approved, and they already accepted the first payment. So will they be making payments directly from there, or do you have to do an invoice for them?
So because of the way I set this up, I set it up as a supplier payment in settings. So let me scroll down. I set this up as a supplier payment, which means that they can make a payment straight through the link.
Okay.
And when they make a payment, when you set it up as a supplier payment, what's going to happen is they're going to make a payment, and then TravelJoy is basically going to show you their card number. So really what's happening is that their card is being authorized. So her card will be authorized for $719.60, right? So I don't physically have the money, I have the authorization, and TravelJoy will show me their credit card. So what I would have to do is, when I have that credit card, that's when I go into Virgin, and then I go ahead and book the trip, and I put their credit card number in. So we get a credit card authorization. That is the way we stay in compliance using TravelJoy, because we're not supposed to take any physical payments from our clients. Okay.
Right.
So they're basically authorizing the use of their credit card for us. We're going to take their number. We're going to go to our supplier. We're going to enter their number in, and that's what secures their trip. Now, one more thing that you should have set up on this page, as far as your automation goes, when you scroll down, when you're looking at the overview, it's going to ask you what confirmation page do you want to select. So it says shown when clients approve this proposal. So you should already have templates created for confirmation pages, for confirmation emails, because you can see down here it's going to ask you the same, what confirmation email do you want sent to your client when they approve?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Mhm.
have you created those things?
No, I have not.
Okay, so basically what that means is when you go to the home tab and you're back on the dashboard,
Mhm.
under templates,
Yeah.
it's going to say confirmation emails, form, invoices,
Mhm.
all of these good things. So what I recommend that you do beforehand is go to confirmations and start to create these things that you
Mhm.
need, assets. You need a confirmation if
Mhm.
somebody's if they pay an invoice or if they make an approval to your proposal, and I'll show you one. You want something that says, thank you, your proposal has been successfully approved. You will receive an invoice shortly. I have multiple ones, but you want to have this in place because you need your automation so you don't have to physically go and do this. Now,
Right.
inside of that trip that I created, if you don't have it set up, they still are going to select one for you. So
Mhm.
you want to open yours up and see what is being selected, because they normally have defaults. When you first start using TravelJoy, they have defaults of all of these things, but they're very generic. Some of them just say thank you. It doesn't say anything else. But you want to go in and look and see what is connecting to.
Mhm.
And when you see what it's connecting to, then you can go back to templates, open up that template, and go ahead and put some information in there that makes sense. And
Yes.
with me and some of the ladies here, they have purchased, I have a travel agent bundle, which comes with all of these templates that you can just plug and play inside of your TravelJoy. So it can
Mhm.
be here for you to set up your workflow, your automation. But whatever you decide, once you have your customer proposal confirmation, you're going to do the same thing for email. Because anytime you purchase something
Mhm.
online, you go to a confirmation page, but they also send you an email with that confirmation as well. So you want to have both of those.
Okay.
Okay. So I would suggest, if you don't have that, taking some time to start creating your templates as far as your confirmations, your emails, and getting your automation together. That's going to help you in the long run. Okay. Any other questions? Or did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So any other questions on this, anyone? Now I will tell you, let's just say that you had your settings off when it comes to your payments. If you had this off and someone approved your proposal, then you would basically go back to the trip level and you would click create an invoice, and you would create a supplier invoice. And when you create a supplier invoice, you will basically have to come in here and just put that information in one by one. So you could put cruise
Mhm.
and then put whatever they get with the cruise, the total. Then you would put insurance because that's something that they got with it. Put whatever information with insurance. And you can click right here where it says show as package, so they don't see like a itemized list of fees.
Mhm.
They just see one fee. And then when you get everything listed here, you come down, you can put pay in full, or you can edit this. You can do deposit and final payment. So the deposit was like 761 or something like that. You can put the deposit, put the final date, December 26th was the
26.
final date. And then you can edit a payment schedule. So you can add multiple payments. You can make it a monthly thing,
Yes.
equal payments. Now, one thing that you're gonna have to do when you do this, I'm gonna do this so you can see it, but what's gonna happen is because you did it like this, it's gonna come up with 0. So really, what you're gonna have to do, no. What you really have to do is delete all of these to create this is how you're going to create a schedule. And I'm not sure why they just make you do like this, because this is something that you have to trial and error to even figure out, that you needed to do it this way. But you basically have to delete it all, click monthly. You can pick what due date do you want it on, the first of the month every month. We know the end date is December 26th, equal amounts, and then click create. And then it breaks it down for you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you click a monthly or make a monthly schedule. Now, when you don't create your own invoice and someone pays directly from the proposal is going to only show them 2 fees. It's going to show them their deposit, which they need to pay now. And when they make their deposit, it's just going to show them the balance. But after they make the deposit, Travel Joy is going to create this invoice, and then you'll be able to go into that invoice and make the monthly payments by doing what I just showed you to do. So you have to physically do that if they want a monthly payment plan. Or if not, they're only going to see like the total balance due. Okay. And then once you have this and you go down, this is supplier, you can put in the rest of this information. Once again, it's going to ask you to click your confirmation page, your confirmation email, your terms and conditions, and then you'll go ahead and click next, save and review. And then you can select whatever whatever template that you've created for this. If you create it, if not, then you have just this generic one here. And then you would click send. And then this would send them the invoice. And once again, that will be under files. Everything you do, everything you send will be under your files. And then they will get it. They'll be able to make the payment, and then you'll be all good to go. You'll get an email. Once you get the email back, they'll show you the card number. You take the card number, go to your supplier, make payment, and then you're all set. You got somebody booked. Okay, so it's 9:28, guys.
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much, Jay. Nobody have any questions, because I'm gonna quickly move myself out of the way and bring up Dr. Jetsetter, who's gonna drop some information for anyone who is interested in doing what she's about to say. Dr. Jetsetter, I saw you come into the room. Are you there?
Hold on one second.
Wasn't that amazing training, y'all? Why don't y'all drop some flames in the chat for Lady J? She brought it again, as she always does. So I thank her. And here's the deal. Was anybody thinking like me that you can do a cruise every month? Because she literally did this itinerary in 7 minutes. From the time that she started to where she really just had it all together. And mind you, she was telling you guys and talking to you guys about it. I started the clock at 9. And then when she stopped, it was the 9:07. So and that's with her talking to you. So just imagine, it will more than likely, in the beginning, like Bridget, she's brand new. It's going to take you long, right? But that's
Yes.
okay. It's okay. But do you see this, Bridget? In
Yes.
7 minutes, you can have an average of a cruise itinerary already ready to go and sending it out.
Mhm.
So you guys think about the money that's out there. And like Jay say, Virgin is, y'all already know, we doing Virgin in what? October. And I already told you that commission is $300 to $400 per cabin. So y'all know the money is good. The money is there. So if you can put out a cruise every month, do it. Now no one has the excuse of, I gotta do the research and itinerary. Just go and click, look, die. Especially when it's not certain trips. Like if you really want to just generate in your clientele, then you are creating the trip yourself, just like she just did. And then you're putting it out there and seeing who's going to take the bait and go with it. Dr. Jessetter, you can come in whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm sorry about the noise. I am at a volleyball game. So good evening, everyone. Just wanted to really quickly share with everyone. I have rooms and ticket access for Essence Fest. I'm not sure if any of you actually do Essence Fest. Janae and I have curated Essence Fest group trips over the last couple of years. So we had it as an annual event had it as an annual event, and I have access now. So I'm wondering if anyone is interested, or if you want to market it to your clients or people that you know, friends, family. I would say to keep it kind of off of social media, because we did have an issue with Essence's legal team previously. So I would say keep it off of there. As far as promoting or advertising, and just kind of do those one-on-one messaging or phone calls, and just to see if anyone would like to is interested. This year, well, for the last several years, it's kind of been it died down quite a bit, and they've had a lot of issues leadership wise and so forth. But it looks like this year might be a good year to kind of spin back around and get a lot of participant visitors again. So just let me know. I can put in my cell phone number in a chat. You can contact me directly if you're interested in attending or that you want to market, and then you can also add your commission. Just trying to make sure I'm typing in the right number.
And she just ain't doing it justice enough. So I'm gonna have to jump in here while she put her number in the chat, y'all. When I tell you the girl got the plug, listen, the plug. We was on the first time we did, we were sitting on the floor for floor seats for about $600.
Mm.
And I know my brother paid like more than that, sitting in the section behind that where you're on the high risers or whatever. So again, this is a great opportunity, and the lineup, even if I was going to be here, I would be jumping in on this. And I said I didn't want to do Essence no more, but the lineup, Cardi B, the lineup, Patti LaBelle, the lineup, what else, who else? Monica and Brandy.
Monica and Brandy, yeah, a lot of people didn't get to see their tour, which they wanted to go. So now they have that opportunity to see them again. Patti LaBelle, Cardi B, Kehlani, which of course, they have that song together that's very popular. Kehlani's song that's very popular. And then they're going to drop a whole bunch of names. So I'm just going to throw this out here right now. After the fees and everything, if you do one of the higher tickets, it's about $1,000. But what you have to think about is you can't get afraid of the number, because you're talking about a 3-day pass. So that 3-day pass broken up is like $300 and something. You can pay $300 and something for one artist and sit in the light fixtures in whatever stadium, arena, whatever it is, right? The another decent area seating, and because this is group seating, this is group pricing, group seating. One of them would be, I think that one was like 460, and then the other one is 600, and we're talking about, again, 3 days, so $200 per day, and that's still sitting on the floor. $1,000, 300 and something dollars per day, that's sitting on the floor as well. And then the other one will be up in the 100 pretty much plaza level. So either way you go, those are still great tickets. I will not be kind of I would say just reach out to me if you or anybody you know, just start kind of marketing it now, word of mouth, and see who's interested. Because again, the more artists that they drop, the tickets are going to go up, and they do this every time. And Essence has been extremely greedy, so they are going to have the tickets go up. Those prices are not going to be the same, and then not only the prices, the availability of the seats are not going to be there, because what they've changed over the years is how the entertainers are plugged into the seating. It used to be where you can literally sit next to an entertainer. I can sit next to Christian Keys. I can sit next to, you know, whoever, you know, a famous, you know, actor or a rapper or whoever else. But now they have them plugging and getting those seats, and those seats are even more expensive, but you will be pretty much sitting behind them in that section. So the ones that are $1,000.
So you will see them, and you can walk, run it, like we ran into some, you know, like walking into them, even though you might not be sitting together, you still on the same floor. And the floor seats, once you do floor, I'm not even a music person, I will never go back. You got your own little food vending stations, concessions down there, while everybody else got this long line. So it's amazing. And those prices you can go on there right now and check Ticketmaster. You can check our suppliers. You're not going to see them prices. You're just not. So again, get in where you fit in on this. One thing I would recommend you guys do to get that energy up, I'm going to Essence. Who's going with me? That's simple. Or who wants to go to Essence? These are all different things that you can drop. Whoever's responding, that's who you're direct messaging, saying, listen, okay, great. I'm going to get you the information, whatever. And then you send to Christina, you know, hey, I got one, or whatever the case may be, interest wise. So y'all can work that out. The dates, what we say?
Dates are the 2nd through the 6th. So that's Thursday to Monday. Concerts are Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And then all day on Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the day, of course, is the convention center that is free. So they have changed that up over the years as well, which has been a lot of complaints also, but they do give away a lot of products and all kind of things for that. But that's a good time. You still have opportunities to maybe even do some site visits at hotels, do some kind of like restaurants, you know, experiencing some restaurants, and then also any activities or, you know, tours or something that may be of interest.
And then the other thing is, because, you know, the super duper travel producer she is, right? Adding to that, yep, it's in July, mama. Adding to that is like we may do Henny and Waffle, you know, somewhere, you know, where you all meet up and you break bread as the meetup or whatever the case may be. But the white party is every time. So if you want to get in on some pre-parties, you might want to come a couple of days early, but that's also something that you can help promote with your, you know, if this is, you know, telling people, hey, not only do you get this, we're also going to be looking at a white party above the steamboat. It is a steamboat. I want to go to the LaFair.
Yes. Yep. And he does it every year. It's annual. I've spoken to him before. That typically happens on Thursday. So if you want to actually get there early, Thursday is definitely the day to get there, or at least Wednesday. Thursday morning, of course, if you want to attend the party, which is I think you're starting the board and all that stuff about maybe 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or something like that. And if anyone is interested in that, just let me know. I'll probably have that as an option as well. And I just message him directly, and so I can tell him how many people we have. It's as simple as that.
Definitely want to get the Hilton Riverside is the hotel that we use, which is right connected to the mall. You go through the mall. If it's too hot above to walk, then you go underground to get to the convention center. So it is one of the best locations, I believe, and right down the street from the actual concert venue. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Jetsetter. Let's get it. Let's go. If you in it to win it, hit her up so y'all can do
Yeah.
exits. It's gonna be
No
awesome.
problem. I'm comparing two other hotels just in case, just for kind of like pricing wise.
Mhm.
So they'll get back to me on those, and then that way I can kind of figure out. But yeah, we typically stay at the Hilton, and I'll just pre-warn you will see entertainers all over everywhere at all times. I drove back and valeted, and I was walking in the same time as New Edition. So that's, you see them, you see other actors, parents, and all kind of stuff. They're sitting downstairs at the bar. Very nice pool. I would always, of course, say professionalism. So tell your clients, don't overwhelm them and whatever else. But it's always technically a good time, Coach Shirley.
Jay is saying, hey, you putting the booking link together. She'll let her put it in her email distro. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes, as soon as I compare the hotels, I will definitely have the booking link, and then just make sure your clients, either they can pay you and you pay me, or you can have them, do the booking link, and then just make sure they identify which agent so that you can get your commission from it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's how we roll. This is how we roll. Best lineup. So for her to absolutely get back into it, it had to be this great lineup. And I'm like, man, can we push going back to Ghana for a week? I'm not a music person, but that is music for all generations, from the Z's to the booms. Like from Patti LaBelle, each generation has something. So families who have multi-generational, another target audience, especially the women, because this is a lot, the stage is packed with what? Superpower. So make it an all girls trip, use the girls trip video clips and while they in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to go and turn up in NOLA for Essence? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for the overtime. You guys be blessed. Have an amazing rest of your Winning Wednesday. Jay, Christina, I sent you guys a text message, so check that out for me, mamas. And we'll see you somewhere on the beaches or the banks or both places. How about that?